Hello everyone, Sonic Stardust here, and today I want to talk about the individual known as Music Biz Marty. This man is evil. For the last 7 years, this man has made my life a living nightmare. He really has. He has made my life a living hell.
So, my friends, the days have been passing and, a lot stays the same and some things change. However, Cyraxx is one of those people that, never changes, He's constantly in a state of lunacy and insanity and obsession over Marty and the trolls. It's a wild thing Cyraxx is. It's the wild behavior that he has with those trolls, man. I'm like 90% sure that he loves the trolls. I really do. They're like his favorite thing to talk about all the time, and I wonder why he talks about them, and I can't think of any other reason than he wants to give every single troll a kiss, He wants to give every single one of them a smoochy smooch. But Marty's been gone for the past, I don't know, like 3 days, and Cyraxx has gotten pretty lonesome. He's pretty sad, but we're not gonna say that he's not done with Marty, because he isn't. He's not done with Marty, not even close. Usually whenever Marty leaves for any certain amount of time, Cyraxx goes ahead and starts making videos about Marty. He's trying to bait Marty into getting on panel and bringing Cyraxx on there with him. I'm not sure exactly what Cyraxx is doing right now. I'm not sure if he's dating that redheaded girl that we looked at last time. But yeah, no, we're going to be checking out what he's doing. He's calling out Marty as usual, and it's going to be a nice, good old time with this VTuber model he's got.
I don't know this man. I don't know how he found me, but this man is evil. And I want nothing to do with him. I have asked this man many times to leave my friends and my family alone. This man is sickly obsessed. And the live stream that I was on last night, it just proves that. It proves that he is evil. So why he feels the need to do this, I don't understand. This man is evil. Why this man feels like he has to try to ruin my life because I turned him down, I don't understand. I want nothing to do with Music Biz Marty or the troll community. I take no affiliation with them. I am not connected to them. I am not associated with them. I am a content creator and a musician. I am not affiliated with any trolls. I don't want to be affiliated with them. I want to be disassociated with them. I do not support, nor do I take part in any kind of trolling of any kind.
I don't know about you guys, but something about what Cyraxx is saying here makes me feel like he doesn't like the trolls a whole lot. It makes me feel like he doesn't want to be associated with them or something. I'm not really sure. I can't really tell what he's trying to put down here. I wish he could be a little bit more clear as his VTuber is jittering around and moving all over the place because it can't detect his face properly. For real, I do. I wish he could be more clear and pronounced with his wording because I don't know what he means here. Is he with the trolls? Is he against them? Does he want to associate with them or does he not want to associate with them? It's a very mixed bag, but in all seriousness, he does kind of want to associate with Marty. I mean, he talks about Marty every single time, unless if there's like a panel that Cyraxx can get onto and get angry at somebody else who isn't Marty. Cyraxx is not really going to stop talking about Marty unless if there's somebody else for him to yell at, That was earlier last month whenever he went on Gamer Boy's panel and he started shouting at Gamer Boy. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole Gamer Boy situation. That guy is sort of like his own creep. I've heard quite a bit about him. I can't really say much about Gamer Boy. I don't know too much. I don't really have any screen caps or evidence or any of that stuff. That's not my specialty. My specialty is Cyraxx, so.
Music Biz Marty is an internet bully, and I do not associate with internet bullies. And if anyone thinks that I do, you're wrong. I do not associate with him. I only associated with him last night because he stole something from my little brother that was worth a value of up to $500. Music Biz Marty committed a crime against one of my family members. And I defended my family member. And nor do I support what they do. What they do is pure evil, and it must be stopped. And I do advise anyone out there who comes across this man, do not associate, do not engage, and do not speak to this person. He is evil, he is cunning, and all around he is not a good person to associate with. This man has almost entirely ruined my life. A life which I am trying very, very hard to rebuild for myself.
And Cyraxx there goes on about how Marty ruined my life. Marty did this, Marty did that. Don't associate with him. He is cunning, he is tough. And it's just like, Cyraxx, dude, you don't even follow your own advice. Why should anybody listen to you, bucko? Why should anybody listen to you? I mean, it's solid advice. It sounds like solid advice. You know, don't engage with the trolls. Don't engage with Marty. Don't do all this stuff. And, you know, he's pretty correct in that. But he doesn't follow his own advice, which is the problem, you see? He'll go on panel, he'll scream at Marty whenever Marty is available, and Chance is also available, and Sally won't cut off the internet, you know? And his life wasn't super great before Marty came around either. You know, he was still being bullied and messed with by other people. There are so many people that were before Marty that were messing with him, catfish included. You know, he was also being catfished back then. But he decided to come out this morning with a video talking about how Marty is a PDF file, and how because he's associated with Tony, or that has Tony on panel, that makes him a PDF file too. So yeah, no, it's a pretty wild thing. Let's go ahead and check this out.
Hello everybody, it is me, Sonic Stardust here. I am here to expose Music Biz Marty for the file supporter that he is. And I know now, Marty, why you want to shut me up. Why you and William and N-Word Boy are doing the that you're doing. It ain't because you're bored, or because you hate me, or because you're obsessed with me. No. I know the real reason. I'm going to get to that. See, the real reason why you hate me is because you know that I know that you guys are running a file and file support ring. And how do I know that, you ask? Well, let's dig into my history a little bit about what you did to me, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of what you did. Now, Marty, you and I both know 7 years ago you targeted me and started harassing me for no reason. I gave you no reason to come after me whatsoever, but yet you hire Mass Troll Mafia to pretend to be an of-age female who tricked me into sending photos of myself to her. Then she turns around and sends one back and then claims to be underage. That is catfishing. That is not a sting operation. That is the pure definition of catfishing.
God, Cyraxx always makes this claim that Marty hired Masshole Mafia, and it's just like, no, Cyraxx, she appeared out of the blue, and she wanted to catfish you. She wanted to see if you would take the bait of a young teenager, Cyraxx. That's what she did, and you took the bait, you know? This is all on you. You should have known better. You shouldn't have been talking to her in the first place, but you did. And, you know, Cyraxx, you did that, and people are gonna naturally get angry at you about it, and rightfully so, by the way. People like Cyraxx, the people that do this kind of stuff, they're really creepy around kids and stuff, and they probably, you know, the registry exists for a reason, folks. And Cyraxx should be on there, but he's not. If he was in another state, he would probably be in prison for the things that he's done. And it's a wild thing Cyraxx does. It is. A lot of these claims that he makes, it's a wild sort.
No matter what you and your little friends say, the reality is that is catfishing. Now, you take Tibs TV, who tried to get Wings 007 to do the same thing. But here's the thing that you guys don't want put out there. Before he catfished me, or tried to, or attempted to catfish me, I should say, before he attempted, I told him that I knew that he was not underage, that he was of age, and I asked him what the f was he doing this for, and why was he doing it. what was his reasoning? But yeah, you don't want that out there because that don't fit your up narrative, does it? No. You only want to put shit out there that makes you look good. You don't want to put the real truth out there, including you, Tibs TV. You're a ass pussy. Same with you, Wings 007, you stupid bitch. Now, we're gonna get into what Tibs did. Tibs had Wings 007 attempt to do what he did. Then Tibs turned around and lied to my face. Turned right around and lied to my face. Said he was not recording and that he wanted to talk to me. Okay, so we talked. This man gave me an ultimatum to either say that I was a file for his own fucking selfish greed, or he was going to help my dad, my adopted dad, sue the fuck out of me for damages, which he could not sue me for.
Oh my god, he's lying through his teeth and he's talking about things he doesn't know what he's talking about, man. He has no evidence for these claims, man. I don't even think Wings 007 likes Tibs. Nobody really likes Tibs all that much. I don't know a single person that's like a Tibs fan. Like, I find Tibs pretty boring myself. Tibs is kind of like a loser. I don't know. There's not much else to really say about him. I mean, he's like a creep too, in a different way, I think. But he was right in like making you say the truth and that you are a PDF file, Chancey Poo. You just are that, dude. Like, you admitted it. You admitted it. And you wouldn't have admitted it unless if you thought you were safe. Tibbs said that the only way you could fix the problem is by admitting it. And there you were, admitting it, Cyraxx. You said you didn't want to follow in the footsteps of your father. That's exactly what you said, almost verbatim. You're terrified, Cyraxx. That was like the only time I've ever seen him cry, too. I've never seen him cry any other moment than that one. Was around January this all happened with the Wings 007 stuff and the Tibs stuff and the whole breakdown Cyraxx had on his stream, and it was recorded for everyone to see. It was a wild time. It was a wild time. It was the first time Cyraxx ever admitted to being a PDF file. But as for the whole thing with the stepdad Gordon, I think nothing really happened with that because either A, you know, Gordon wasn't super determined on actually doing it. He just wanted you to be quiet. Because with the thing that was happening between Cyraxx and Gordon was that Cyraxx was claiming that Gordon, his adoptive stepdad, was a PDF file, that he did something in the bathroom, and I'm not going to get into that here in this video, but just know that Cyraxx is accusing Gordon of some very nefarious things, some really nasty things. But yeah, no, it's a reasonable reason to go after Cyraxx and try to sue him, you know? He's doing defamation.
And me, I did not want to go to court over my dad. I did not want to fight my dad. So I gave him what he wanted, hoping that he would leave me alone. I was forced to admitting that I was a file. I was tricked and forced into that. And how was I tricked? How do I know I was tricked? Because I later found out the next day that Tibs TV lied to my face. I saw the whole thing. So Tibs TV, you're a piece of fucking shit, you stupid up little And honestly, Tibs, I'm glad you got your ass beat in that fight, motherfucker. Because you deserved an ass whooping, boy. You truly deserved an ass whooping. And you got what you deserved. And honestly, I'm sorry the guy didn't put you in the hospital. Because if it was me, I would have put you in the hospital personally. But that's just me. You got off light. You got off very light. Because if it was me, like I said, I would have f***ed you up and put you in the hospital for what you did to me.
So for those who don't know the context behind what he's talking about, Tibs essentially got in a fight with some trolls on the internet. I can't exactly remember who. It might have been Wings 007. It was somebody. I know it was some trolls on the internet got together and they set up a fight with Tibs. And I'm not super interested in the fight. Nothing much really happened during it. I mean, they had like a little kerfuffle. Tibs lost the fight pretty hard from what I remember. It's been a while since I seen that fight, but it wasn't super entertaining. It was no like Marty Cyraxx beatdown. There was no like death rattle coming out of Tibs' voice and stuff, so I'm not really interested in showing it too much or at all, really. I might look at it on stream tonight. I don't really know. We'll just have to see on how I feel about that. But it's not super interesting, but it is something to talk about. However, Cyraxx claiming that he can fight Tibs is absolutely ridiculous considering his size compared to Tibs. I don't know how big Tibs is, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Cyraxx is just so small. He's like an amoeba or something, just like in a puddle on the ground in the middle of a McDonald's parking lot or something. You know, I don't think he could beat Tibs in a fight. I don't think Cyraxx could beat most people in a fight. And you know, it's because he's so small and frail and he doesn't actually work out and stuff. I heard this little guy talk about working out every day and doing pull-ups, sit-ups, and all the sorts, you know, and he's still built frail, you know. The only way you can see his muscles is because he's so thin. He doesn't eat a lot of food. He has a total weight disadvantage against 99% of everybody.
Now, what's odd to me is that you guys sit here and say, oh, don't talk to kids. Don't talk to kids. You better not talk to kids. But yet, none of my stuff ever shows that I'm doing that. That's just part of your little narrative. Because you guys don't want me exposing your little file ring. Music Biz Marty. And Marty, there's a video on BitChute of you somewhere doing that very same thing that these previous 3 files have done. Where you and one of your girlfriends were trying to glitch somebody and you called your girlfriend son, little boy. She pretended to be a little boy and you sickeningly went along with it, pretending that she was underage, all so you could with somebody. So who's the real file now, Music Biz Marty? Huh? Who's the real file now? It's not me, it's you. And I'm going to use this platform and every platform in existence to expose you for the file that you really are. You and your 3 friends. And I say 3 because Jason's and Super Saiyan Jim or Super Saiyan whatever his retarded name is are files and file supporters.
Man, his ideas are so backwards, man. They're twisted almost. They're so twisted that, like, you know, Marty was catfishing this guy with his girlfriend. You know, he was pretending that his girlfriend was, you know, a kid and catfishing him, using a decoy and stuff, messing with them and all this stuff, you know? This is what they do. This is what these T-Cat people do, you know, to catch a predator people do, Cyraxx. You not understand that, okay? The fact that they were being tricked doesn't make the people tricking them bad. It makes them bad. They got tricked. They got caught. They thought this was an underage person and they tried to do really weird stuff with them. That's just how it is, Cyraxx. It's not anything else than that. It's not Chris Hansen's fault that this guy's acting like a PDF file. It's not Marty's fault that this person's acting like a PDF file. It's nobody's fault that you're acting the way that you're acting except yourself, Cyraxx. You're the one who's at blame whenever you fall for this kind of stuff, Cyraxx. You can't get angry over it. But it sort of shows his mentality that, yes, he hates Chris Hansen. I mean, this has been something that people have been talking about for a while. But Cyraxx doesn't really like Chris Hansen all that much. He doesn't like it whenever PDF files get tricked and catfished and they take the line, hook, line, and sinker. It's quite the mindset that's obviously making him look bad here. It's not a good look for old Cyraxx.
And while we're at it, Nick, why don't we talk about the fact that you stole several $100s out of my mom's bank account, broke into her cable account and tried to raise the bill up, stole a $500 inflatable hot tub, which was not cheap, from my little brother Ethan to try to get to me. Which, by the way, that was a wedding gift for his wife. And you know what's funny? His neighbor placed you at the scene of the crime. But yet, you claim that you didn't do anything when we have a witness that ID'd you and your car and your license plate number, but yet you sit there and you deny it. And Marty, I'm giving you a fair warning. Actually, no, it's not a fair warning. This is an ultimatum. I am giving you a legitimate ultimatum to stay away from me, stay with my friends and my family, and stay the out of my neighborhood and away from my house. And I say my neighborhood because this whole area is my neighborhood. Whether it's a block over or whether it's on my street, no matter what, this is my neighborhood. You don't around in my neighborhood, boy. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you the ultimatum to either stay away, take your friends and call off the attack, or ultimatum number 2 is this. The alternative to that is this. Is you guys show up and you find out how serious I've been about having people protect me.
Now, I have to say, Cyraxx, you know, nobody's gonna come out for your defense, dude. Like, if you know Cyraxx well enough, you know that his neighbors can't stand him. I mean, the aware myself situation was very evident of that, you know. His neighbors were protesting with aware myself at the moment, you know. There was an old man who picked up the sign that fell on the ground and started protesting with them. Like, your neighbors are very aware about what's happening, Cyraxx. They kind of know what's up. They know some things about your character, and which are like the worst things about your character, which is a lot of bad things about your character. I can't think of a single good part about his character. You know, he's dishonest, he's betrayed people, he's unreliable onto himself and those around him. Cyraxx is not a super great guy, you know, but he thinks that he's this king of his neighborhood. You heard him right there. He thinks that if Marty and them pull up, that like this entire crowd, this horde, this mob of people will just gather around them and fight in Cyraxx's honor, you know, whenever it's further from the truth. It's very seldom that people are willing to fight for something in a physical manner, especially. And one of those things is not Cyraxx, okay? I shouldn't have to tell you that nobody's willing to fight for you, Cyraxx. Nobody's willing to fight for you. Nobody's willing to defend you in your name. You're just sort of like a person that's not very great, you know. Everybody's aware of you. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up here and go ahead and do my shout outs. I want to go ahead and thank William Herrera, Claudius 8, Okie Doll, Greek Girl, Acquiesce Peters, Princess Keys, Mad 33s, Lucas Werner, Dragon X Rage, and Christopher Zazel. Thank you guys for your guys' support. I appreciate all of you, and you guys take it easy, and I hope you have a good weekend, my friends. Take care. Peace out.